Hello Fin fans, welcome back to my channel. We are actually in my kitchen right now, and here's one of my tanks behind us. I just did a couple videos about this tank. If you missed them, go check them out because they're pretty cool. Okay, so judging from the title, you can see this is a video about how to set up a quarantine tank. I have decided to go a certain way with Cleo's tank, and I ended up getting a new fish to start that journey today. And I'm going to make sure that I do put the fish in the quarantine tank before I actually add them to Cleo's tank. And one of the reasons being they're going to be going into a completely different setup. Cleo is going to be getting an upgrade. I have a really cool video for you guys, but I'm not giving anything away. So yes, so back to the video. So I'm going to show you how to set up a simple quarantine tank. So without further ado, let's get started. So first and foremost, you're going to need a tank. I would definitely designate this tank as a quarantine tank. And then depending on what kind of fish you are quarantining is going to depend on what size tank. Now, a minimum, I would say, size quarantine tank is going to be a 10-gallon. I have a 10-gallon that I'm going to be using. I just have one fish that I'm going to be quarantining for now, so this is going to be perfectly fine. I have the tank right here, so I'm going to go ahead and get going and get down and show you guys exactly what to do and what not to do when purchasing a new fish and going through the quarantine process. So, be right back. Okay, so step one is going to be literally wiping out the inside and outside of the tank just to make sure there's no dirt or debris in here. So you're going to want to take some paper towels and water, or if you really want to make sure you're doing the job, you can use diluted vinegar and water to wipe down the tank. Now, a disclaimer and something that you should never do on any aquarium for any reason is use any kind of detergent or soaps, anything with perfume, anything with chemicals like bleach and things like that. You never, ever, ever, ever want to use those on your aquarium. They can get soaked inside the silicone. That actually can absorb those, and if you leave any behind just left in the tank itself, you know, this can be very detrimental to your fish's health. So don't do that. All right, so let's get some paper towels. Now, I am going to tell you I already have cleaned out this tank, but just to give you guys a quick view of what I would do is literally take a wet paper towel and wipe down the entire aquarium. Sorry, my nails. The bottom of the aquarium, the corners, the cracks, the crevices, everything. And then I would even take a dry paper towel and just kind of go over everything and anything you might have missed. Okay, so when setting up a quarantine tank, you really want this to be a very simple setup. So I literally have a hang on the back filter. I am going to be putting some sponge in here for the inside the filter. I will show that to you guys. Some aquarium salt. This is going to be really good in helping to prevent disease and treating disease. You definitely want to use aquarium salt. I want to show that to you guys. Don't use sea salt. Don't use marine salt. Aquarium salt. And obviously, I'm going to use some prime. So let's go ahead and get going on step two. Step two is going to be adding the water to the tank. So let's go ahead and get some water going, and I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so we're all filled up. I did add one silk plant in here, just, you know, for a hide or something. This is going to be a whole new environment, and it's, you know, been stressful. So next thing we're going to do is add our filtration. I just have a typical, this is a 2 to 10 gallon hang on the back filter. I'm going to put this in here, and I do have some sponge in there. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention earlier in the video, something that's going to be, I would say, beneficial for you and your new fish is to try to add a little bit of media to the aquarium. This is going to help keep your ammonia down, your nitrites. So if you have some media, some good media that you can get your hands on, I would definitely say to do that. I am going to borrow media from Cleo's tank to seed this aquarium. And that is just going to help jumpstart the nitrogen cycle. If you do not know about the nitrogen cycle, I suggest you look that up before you purchase fish. If you haven't already, that's okay. There's tons of great YouTube videos on it, but I suggest you definitely look that up. So we have our filter going here, and we will be getting going on our next step. So hang on. Cheers. Just kidding. Do not forget to add your dechlorinator to your water. Like I said earlier, I'm using Prime. Love this stuff. All right, be right back. All right, next up is aquarium salt. Aquarium salt's pretty simple. It's 1 tablespoon per 5 gallons. It does say so on the instructions too. One, 2. All right, salt is in. Okay, you, my friend, are 1 step closer to adding your new baby to your quarantine tank. So, let's go ahead and do what we call it, float the bag. No peeking. Okay, so you are going to float the bag in the aquarium for about 20 minutes. This is going to give the fish time to acclimate to the temperature of the water in the new tank. Now, something that I didn't mention before that you guys should know. Some tanks are going to require a heater. Now, it is going to be, in my, I wouldn't say professional opinion, but I would say out of experience, I would definitely get an adjustable heater. Spring the extra money. Yeah, it's going to be about double the cost, but it's going to save you a lot of heartache in the long run. So, for this particular tank, I don't need a heater, so we're not going to add one. And then also really quick, I wanted to tell you guys about the aquarium salt. This is also going to be something that's going to vary depending on what kind of fish. Scaleless fish can be very sensitive to aquarium salt, and in that case, you usually dilute the salt if you're going to be using it. So keep that in mind, and we are going to wait the 20 minutes, and then I am going to unveil my new baby. All right, any guesses yet on what it is? Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. Now, this is going to be a little bit different for everybody. Now, this particular fish, I am actually going to be putting my hand down inside of the bag and pulling the fish out, just because this is kind of a delicate fish. Now, some of you will be using a net. I suggest a very soft net, maybe even like a shrimp net, something very soft, especially if you have a fish that has delicate fins. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's open this baby up. Now, never, ever, ever dump aquarium water from another aquarium in your water. All you're going to do is put dirty water in your tank, and possibly pathogens, bacteria, and disease. So never do that. Never put any water in. So like I said, I'm going to physically open this bag, and I'm going to add the fish with my hand. Now, I'm not trying to save this bag at all, so I'm literally going to rip the bag open and get this poor fish out of here. Very, very gently. Very gently. Very gently. And then gently place in the water. And like I said, it's a secret. Be right back. Ta-da! New fish, you guys. I'm so excited. This is a Blackmore goldfish, and I've decided to name her Morticia. She's going to be in here for about 2 weeks. During the quarantine process and for the first few days, you want to leave the light off as much as possible. I did turn it on for the sake of this video, but I will be leaving it off. I am also going to be, I won't feed her for 2 days. 48 hours is usually best. This is going to give the fish time to acclimate and not have to worry about the stress of digesting food and all of that. So this will give your baby time to adjust and get used to his new environment. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're quarantining a fish, let me know what kind in the comments. And again, you guys, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys next time.